right. Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome.
Ed Conatser, FC Tucker. Listening to the conversation about the RFP, you know, the first in usually has a problem with the second or third or fourth in, and that is it's almost intellectual property. When you create an RFP, it's your concept of vision. Mm-hmm. Well, that vision sounds pretty good, but someone can come in and nitpick it and work with it. I would only ask that you give these guys some assurance that you're not going to work with someone else until you fully vet this, or at least look.
What's up on the screen right there? What does that say?
Yeah.
Should they not maybe fix that, City of Muncie?
I mean,
are we kidding?
Dude. Please.
Christopher, you're being unintentionally racist again.
I am?
Kind of, yeah.
You're the one that put it up on the screen and played through it and stopped it and showed it to everybody. Yeah.
But no, I'm not. I'm just saying, they need to, take care of this. Their shit needs to, not do that, I would say, because he didn't even say anything about it. I don't know what he said. That's crazy.
I think it's important to protect them. I think that their concept, they're the only ones that provide.
But furthermore, after the craziness from the closed captioning from the City of Muncie, Munis, whichever one's running that today. Yes, this is Ed Conatser. This is the gentleman who came on the show and we didn't say anything like that when he came on the show. He came on and he defended the Workman's Bar purchase. And if you catch what he's doing here, I kind of thought for a moment that he was going to take issue with these guys. Oh, no. He's wanting to ensure that the City of Muncie gives a promise to these people that they will work with them. And I'm like,
well, it's weird because his whole argument is that coming up with a proposal to build on land is intellectual property. Someone else couldn't have thought of the genius idea of, if we buy land, we can build something on it and then sell it. Isn't that his argument?
Yeah, right.
Don't let them come up with this idea and then let someone else swoop in and go, wait a minute, you're right. We could build something on that property.
That's exactly.
We'd like to do it.
I'm going to tell you, I have not watched this video until this evening. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. As soon as I'm off of this show tonight, I'm going to figure out how these three guys are connected, because I'm willing to bet you that they are connected. A request for proposal is supposed to be public. It isn't just two guys coming in and saying, we want to do this, and then the city being told by a former commissioner and now a realtor that you've got to make a promise that you will work with these guys. This is nuts.
I did an RFP, and I think it would be good if you can incorporate in protecting them to some degree until you vet their ideas or look at this. If you wanted to suggest an RFP that Ben or someone could do, that you want to itemize all the things you want in the RFP is different. But this was more thrown out for an RFP to look at what's the best use or what's a good use for that area. I think they've come up with a concept. I just like to see them be protected if possible while you're looking at this, instead of someone coming in at the.
That's not the city's job. The city's job is to protect the citizens from insanity that could be weird. What is this?
Next
I
meeting,
mean,
say,
make
hey,
sure
we
that
can go.
somebody else doesn't come in and pay more for the land and benefit the taxpayers.
Yeah, pay more for the land, ask for less from the city.
RFP would like to present to you. I know there's no absolute protection, but at least
Right.
something to consider.
Sit down, Ed.
We had an open RFP period and it's closed. So do we need to accept this proposal or them separately than just making the committee?
I mean,
To
Dan
do
told you
that?
to, so
Really to
be a good
Yeah,
one to
right.
do it.
would be in the Economic Development Agreement, which would have all of the terms for the transfer and use of the land.
Okay.
Ultimately, we ultimately have to get to a proposal that the MRC accepts, and that I'm going to say this. I want you to take this. This is just a fact. If we don't get a proposal that the MRC accepts, then we just don't accept it.
Right.
And we'll continue to pursue one. So,
Damn.
but yeah.
What would your,
But for
What
now,
would
the
your
RFP
position
is
be now?
closed, right?
The RFP is
The RFP
closed.
is
RFP
closed.
period is
We have one
closed.
proposal, and we're working.
What in the hell is going on, for the love of God?
Yeah, what's with the vest?
We're working.
Yeah.
and you're going to work with them
And
Yeah.
on this RFP.
so if
Okay.
we, yeah,
That's-
so if
that's
we
We
fine.
can't work with anybody else.
That's what we said, yeah.
Torso is
That's
cold.
what we've done.
Yeah.
We've established a committee to
Yeah.
work with them.
Okay.
You can always
Uh,
reopen
Nate Howard,
the
I think,
RFP.
and the land bank's doing one hell of a job. And I think they need to be commended for what they're doing in the community. And I would hope that the county would be more proactive in working with the city and the land bank. The county controls the property only because the taxes, they hold a lien on the property, or they put the property in tax sale, but it recycles through the tax sale over and over and over. And to find a opportunity for those people to utilize the land bank and the city in a much more effective way
Thank you.
would only make sense.
Thank you.
It's 100% working with these
I
guys.
have
Helps
one other
me
comment,
know
if
all
I
this
could,
off
real
the top of
quick.
his
Well, we have a
head.
2-minute limit, Ed. Sorry.
sorry.
Shut up, Ed. Time's up. You just got Bilbrey, buddy. 2 minutes, you're done.
I can't even. I mean, at least they do it to their friends too. Like,
Oh,
what?
2 minute them.
Yeah, what would have hurt? I mean, I'm not a big fan of Ed, but I would have liked to have heard his weirdness. Like,
Look at that line of people behind him, man. They got to get to all those people
it's
back
like,
there.
top. We gotta roll this through. You know, we've been here for an hour.
There's people out the door.
If we let you talk, we'd have to let Bilbrey talk. Sorry. So that's the thing.
Yeah, God forbid
But
we let you finish. He's making good points. I mean, whether you agree with them or not, he's putting forward information.
Yeah, right.
So,
He's not just rambling nonsense.
have any commissioner comments?
He was so
Been
happy.
working with the city and the land bank. The county controls the property only because
Oh,
the
yes.
taxes, they hold a lien on the property, or they put the property in tax sale, but it recycles through the tax sale over and over and over. And to find a opportunity for those people to utilize the
gentleman on the
land
right
bank
said
and the
he's talking
city
a
in a
bit.
much more effective way
Thank you.
would only make sense.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Shut up, old man.
I have one other
Shut up.
comment, if I could, real quick.
Well, we
I
have a
said
2-minute limit.
thank you.
Ed. Sorry.
Sorry.
Look how excited he is in telling him that. Like,
Yep.
he's so excited. We're shutting you down. We don't care to hear from the public. I've not been this excited since prom night.
No thanks, Ed. Shut your suck hole. Moving
Yeah.
on.
Dude,
So,
what was that? He laughed and then sucked in really weird. These people are freaks.
Gotta get to
all
lunch.
right.
He's got trunk strip waiting on him. He ain't
Yeah.
got time for
How
this.
many-
Forgot he was in the middle of a
Commissioner
meeting
Com-
and wasn't actually sucking Dan's dick at that moment. That was the
That's-
sound.
I think the only thing I had was I just want to say thank you to you guys for submitting something in the RFP. I didn't get to say this
Oh my
earlier,
God.
but there's oftentimes
Yes, please,
confusion
Zachary.
about how the city or how the MRC deals with developers in general. I think just by the public, because it's a complicated process and people don't get it. And
What? Now this guy's telling the public how stupid they are? I'm telling you, if you looked up smug in the dictionary, you would see Isaac's beard.
Just his beard.
Just his beard.
So it just should
And
be
a stupid life preserver.
really kind of, I think, highlighted by us. We had one developer submit something, and so now we're working with that one developer. If we had more developers submit something to consider, we would have considered and had more options. And again, that's just a fact. That's not any reflection of them or any other developer in any part of the country. So I just wanted to highlight that and say that, we did have one person submit something. So now we have a path forward on an area that we want to develop, that we want to get done.
Why did everybody seem so
hopefully that's an
weird?
encouragement to other developers on future projects. RFPs go out all the time. Submit something and see what happens. Because I know for a fact this administration wants to work with you. We want to work with you to make our city better. So just want to say thank you for just throwing your name out there and submitting this. And
I love how frequently he talks on behalf of the administration. That happens so frequently.
hopefully we'll figure out what happens in the next few months. So that's all I had.
When Dan tells us what happens.
I would like to say we've got a lot of housing coming in, a lot of new. I like that. I think that brings in developers and individuals that then help build those communities and really upgrade those communities. Nate, I'm excited about your Old West End project. I like the fact that you invited people from the county to go to convention with you and help build that relationship.
Development and design. But, you know, as we've talked about, a variety of projects and economic development and those kind of things. And really what this book talks about, I'm really kind of buying into it. Really what it talks about
is it one of Dan's
the objective
books?
is for the community to be happy where they're at, be happy how they live, be happy with the, and happiness is always kind of fleeting because as human beings, we're never fully satisfied with anything. But it's really interesting, the things it talks about. And as we've
gone,
I think, but it really talked about
the
cost of commute.
If you're in the audience, next time they start doing that, if you're in the audience and they just start rambling that, just be like, "Up, your time's up.
2 minutes.
Shut up."
Yeah, what's the deal with that? What is the deal with that? So he gets to go on and on and on, bloviate for 4 minutes talking about one of Dan's books he read?
Not the financial cost, the well-being cost, the cost of relationships with children, the cost of interactions with school teachers and things like that. All those things that are lost for people who drive so far away. Now, I don't know how we proselytize that so people understand, but maybe the fact that we'll have 350 new places for people to live at some point in the not too distant future.
What's the name of the book you're
Find
reading?
however you want, but we do create an opportunity for people to live in Muncie. And if you look at the pros and cons, which I do as I go through this book in my mind, go through the pros and cons, there's every reason. Small town, small commute, small town, small city, small commute, safe, things to do. Again, always kind of fleeting. Everybody wants something that they don't have. That seems to be kind of human nature, but it's really interesting. But I would encourage, if anybody is inclined to do that, to look at that Happy City. And I think I've got the author's name down here. Maybe
Dr. Seuss, I believe.
Charles Montgomery. So it's really interesting, but it's really about human nature and then what really is the objective. And
it's called Everybody Poops. That was the book.
Talking to somebody else about this the other day, it's kind of like when we have our children and we think about what we want them to do to be successful. And of course, our mind jumps to whether it's the Nobel Prize or a big house or whatever. We just want them to be happy. And it'll be happy will be achieved for everybody a little bit differently. But That seems
Not
to
the
be
book
kind
to
of
be 50 Shades
the
of Grey.
primary goal. And I think a lot of what we've done have been trying to figure out how to make Muncie a place for people to be happy to be and to enjoy their lives. And the economics are a big part of getting that to be there, but that's the goal.
I don't know. Have I ever heard of a city that spent its time wanting their citizens to be miserable, unhappy, living in the streets and, dying?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen someone
Well, LA.
Such an original concept he's got there.
Yeah,
I've
right.
never heard someone take so long to say nothing.
Yeah, right. What? I mean, that was a Clay Morgan answer if I've ever heard one. Clay Morgan, you ought to rip off this guy next time instead of the Cialis commercials.
Repair and restoration and the same buyer. They
Dude,
said
he's
that
still
property,
talking.
probably $200,000. Public comments over, Ed.
Crap.
Sorry. We've got a protocol here. We have to
What?
lines in place. Those timelines were supposed to be met. They weren't met, and therefore the deal did not happen. But those are the terms and conditions that we made the deal, and that's the reason we made the deal the way we made it. And it has come up over and over and over again, and I'm sure it'll come up again. But I'm going to go on the record as saying we took the offer that made the most sense and was least harmful to the people who other folks who made offers, and it didn't work out. But that's where we are. Public comments over, Ed. Sorry. We've got a protocol here we have to follow.
We have to follow, but by what? By who?
Yeah, who's setting that protocol?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Like, you guys can make your own rules. You can't just have a conversation with. I understand if he's like off topic or he's being like, well, I don't even care if he's being crazy, but if he's off topic and repeating, like, that's a general rule. Like, you're saying the same thing over and over again. It's like, okay, you're not moving forward, and he's got a line of people behind him. He's asking a bunch of legitimate questions and making some, I feel like, legitimate conversation, at least.
Yeah. Okay, so you know who these people are here. He's the president. This is Gretchen Cheeseman's sister. And why does she get so pissy?
We have to do that every meeting. So
I'll ask the question then. What's the status of 225? What's the status today?
the status today is the property belongs to us.
And why is there a billboard sign on our property? On city property?
Finish your comments, she just said to him.
We'll have to answer that later.
Pardon?
I love
So
when
we'll have
people
to
whisper
answer
into a microphone.
Those,
What's the public meeting?
right, but our comments are over.
Comment
Yeah.
section's over.
It's just our protocol.
So,
Sorry.
Take 2 minutes and you can prophesize for a half hour.
yes, that's true.
Why does he seem so happy?
So,
He seems
okay,
so
I don't have anything else.
apologizing for
Anybody
like
else have
5
anything?
minutes. Yep.
Okay, I, in my opinion, we've concluded our business for the day, so I am going to adjourn the meeting. Any objections? We are adjourned.
In your opinion, who gives a shit about your opinion?
Well, yeah, right. Why did you not vote? Why? I always hate when they do that. Linda does the same thing when she gets a little testy, when someone tries to push back just a little bit and tries to ask for shit and do things the right way. She's like, well, I'm just going to shut the meeting down. And it's like, no, you don't get to do that. That is so infuriating. I don't even like Ed Conatser. Let the dude speak. What would it have hurt? I heard someone today tell me that politicians aren't people.
They're not people.
They're not people. Just remember that, folks. Politicians are not people.
All right. Well, have a good one, everybody.
And enjoy
Don't
that.
eat the trunk shrimp.
I was going to say enjoy it. Enjoy that trunk shrimp.
No,
If
Ryan's
you-
been warning everyone. Avoid the trunk shrimp.
Goodbye.
Later.
Messed up.